What's going on, everyone? My name is Jake. This is where I talk tunes, and today we're back after a long hiatus on all channels. As you can see, new surroundings for an end of year video here on the Tunes channel. What happened is I moved flat a few months ago. When I moved flat, I then got the opportunity to start working from home. I only had my one desk, which is my current desk. My work hadn't sent me the desk for my work from home setup at the time, so when I moved in, kind of didn't set my PC up for months. And to be honest, still haven't set all the backdrop up. Everything is subject to change. I'll work out the angles, I'll work out the backdrop, I'll work out the everything. We've got Kevin back. Kevin is here, keeping us company, keeping us safe as always. But for now, I'm going to do my end of year video. Well, maybe my end of year video, maybe do another one. And that video is simple. I'm going to go through every single album and EP that I listened to released in 2025, and we're going to rank them from worst to best. Now, it's a long list. It is 156 projects long, and obviously I couldn't get to everything. There are some things that I missed. I didn't get to the Mumford & Sons record. I didn't get to either of the projects that Ethel Cain put out this year. I didn't get to the Two Hollis album. I didn't get to Zara Larsson, Rebecca Black. I didn't get to The Last Dinner Party. They're not a band I've ever really connected with, and I just didn't get to it. Truthfully, I've heard it's good, but they're just not a band that really does it for me. I also didn't get to one of the projects that Jane Remover put out. I didn't listen to the Alex Warren album. I didn't get to the Alex G album. I didn't listen to the Somber album. There's a lot of projects on here that I didn't get to. For one reason or another. Now, obviously, 156 is a lot of music to be listening to, and I just kind of done this throughout the year. I kept a little track of what I had listened to and things like that, and obviously, like I say, I'm never going to be able to get to everything. Now, if your album of the year doesn't make it onto this list, definitely let me know what it is down below in the comments, and I'll try and give it a little go. If your album of the year is one of the albums that I've put down the lower end of this list, definitely tell me how wrong I am and how I should give it another go down in the comments. I won't give it another go, but I will thank you for the engagement. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe as I go on this silly journey going through all of these albums, these EPs, one after another, and giving my thoughts on them. Okay, let's go. In at last place, number 156, is You Can't Say That by Dave Blunt. Woeful. Number 155, Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. Woeful, but with bigger drums. Number 154, Love Is Like by Maroon 5. Just fucking ChatGPT, who is relevant right now, get them on the record. Number 153, Based on a True Story by Will Smith. I'll tell you a true story, I wish I hadn't bothered. Number 152, The Carter 6 by Lil Wayne. At best a misfire, at worst legacy staining. And at number 151, Some Sexy Songs for You by Drake and Party Next Door. Just like horrific. Drake really does not help himself. Some kind of fun beats, but then him or Party Next Door get on the track and I'm immediately regretting my decision to listen to the track. Number 150, Sex Hysteria by Jesse Murph. Who? Number 149, The Last One by Gunna. Fire your producer, brother. Fire your producer. 148, Addison by Addison Rae. You lot are lying about this album. And rounding at my bottom 10 at number 147, we have American Heart by Benson Boone. The ice creams went off. The ice cream's melted, and it's bad. Number 146, 4 by H, 4 in name and in rating. Number 145, Halcyon by Kingfisher. They make Irish music for Irish Americans who have never left America. Number 144, League of My Own by Jello. This is only held up by 2 good songs. It's 2.5 good songs, and he removed the producer tags from these songs on the record. Yeah. Number 143, Swag by Justin Bieber. I did not listen to Swag 2. You will not make me listen to Swag 2. Number 142, The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. I'm actually going to do a little something here. This could have been really interesting, I think, especially if Taylor took the time to lean into the why of the aesthetics as the kind of older showgirl being phased out by the new crop of pop stars. If she could look inward and have a reflective album about coming to terms with maybe one day no longer being at the top of the chain. That's what I gave her way too much credit for, thinking going into this, thinking it could have been something interesting and fun and like thought provoking, but it's bad. How is this the same person that wrote Folklore? Number 141, Thy Kingdom Come by Suicide Boys. I've never got it, I still don't. Number 140, Free by Kid Cudi. One good song on here, but it's mostly just Cudi circling the drain. 139, Idols by Youngblood. Just middle of the road. 138, Where's My Head by Rich Brian. Also just middle of the road. 137, Side Quest by Michael Clifford. It's kind of like if Busted specifically were a Tumblr era band, but like all the bad things that you would think of that comes to mind with that. It's not great. 136, Music by Playboi Carti. To be perfectly honest with you, it's held up by the features. I don't think anything Carti does on this is all that interesting or intriguing. Now, I should say at this point, from here on out, these are all albums that I guess liked. Everything from here is like a 6 and up. Nothing at this moment is obviously going to be mind blowing, but these are things that I liked more than I didn't like. The ones that were like at a 5 I'm just kind of indifferent on, but the ones from here on up are things I was like, yeah, they're good in spots. I have slightly more bad things to say, or good things to say than bad, I should say, from here on out. So number 135 is The Coward by Saul. I do not know how to pronounce his second name, and Marley Mackey. It's just fine, sad boy music, sad lonely white boy music, sad quirky lonely white boy music. It was fine. It's not my cup of tea though, not my go-to. Number 134, So Close to What by Tate McRae. It was fine. I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. It was alright. Number 133, Death Above Life by Orbit Culture. I'm just not into this kind of music no more personally. It's not something I would go out my way to listen to, but I feel like maybe 10 years ago I really would have enjoyed this when I was into heavier music a lot more. I'm just not really into it as much anymore. 132, Don't Die Before You're Dead by AJ Tracey. I'm being completely honest, this is held up by 2 songs, and that is Red Wine and Crush. I believe it's called Red Wine. That's the ones with the Georgia Smith and Masterpiece features respectively. It's a really forgettable album apart from those 2 songs, but they are very, very, very good. Number 131, Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. Let's be honest, we don't need, it was an hour and 20 minutes or something. It was just way too overstuffed and over bloated, but when it shines, it really shines. But again, too much filler. 130, Mayhem by Lady Gaga. When it's good, it is really good. When it is bad, it is really bad, and a lot in the middle is kind of forgettable, to me anyway. 129, Fancy That by Pink Panthers. A lot of people are saying it's probably her strongest collection of songs. I don't think that. I thought it was really kind of bland and sort of over with when I finished it. I had fun with it, but it was never something I was clamouring to give a second run, even in the immediate aftermath of listening to it. 128, I Quit by Haim. Kind of same thing that I said about the Pink Panthers album. It was good, it was fun, but nothing that stands out to me as I sit and talk about it now. 127, Blush by Kevin Abstract, and a huge list of collaborators. I think Kevin Abstract is one of the most talented musicians we have, one of the biggest visionaries in music that we have, and I really appreciate the big swing he took on this project to kind of make it big and weird and broad in scope, but I just don't think it landed. 126, Parasites and Butterflies by Nova Twins. The sophomore slump got them. Went for just more of the same, but with less of an oomph as before. 125, Sangovor 2, The Mistress of Death by Creeper. This one's actually quite... this one stings a little bit more because Creeper were one of my favourite bands growing up. Sangovor, their last album, I didn't love it. They went like 80s hair metal, rock opera, vampires, oh, scary. And like kind of leaned too much into the Theatre Kid aspect of the Theatre Kid punk band. And kind of lost all their edge with it, and then they did this album, which is a follow-up to the last album, and it's just that album again, but worse. Number 124, it's the Courting album with the long name. I thought it was fine. Courting aren't a band I'm massive about, but there was a really good song on there. This is the name of it. 123, People Watching by Sam Fender. There are people who love Sam Fender got shooters. I ain't one of them. This, to me, was kind of all the criticisms I've levied at Sam Fender realised in full, and I guess a bit of a vindication if I was a true hater. I'm not a hater, not of him at least. If it was an artist I was a hater of and they dropped this album and it validated all the criticisms I've had about them, I'd be tap dancing on roofs. 122, God Does Like Ugly by Jid. Thought it was fine. 121, Fever Dream by Lime King. I actually did quite enjoy this, but the kind of rage rap and the overstimulation of it all isn't something I'm personally looking to go back to that much, but there's a couple songs on here. Big Citrus is a fucking banger, but it's not something I'm rushing back to. 120, Can't Rush Greatness by Central C. You may not be able to rush greatness, but you definitely can release... 119, The Human Fear by Franz Ferdinand. This really is just angst. Maybe don't got it as much as they once did. 118, Who Let the Dogs Out by Lambrini Girls. I quite enjoyed it, but there's just some things I think they're just going a little bit too much on. I'm just like, in some tracks I'm like, less is more, guys. Less can be more sometimes. It's again fine. Not something I'm rushing back to. 117, Folks by Leon Thomas. This to me just sounds like a bunch of songs that weren't good enough to make it onto Mutt. 116, Viagra Boys by Viagra Boys. I've never really got Viagra Boys. It was I didn't mind it. 115, The Sound of Deceit by Enjoy. I'd heard a lot of really good things about this album, and this album's charms were wasted on me. I find it in a very similar vein to the Viagra Boys record. They're both very, very similar. I feel if you enjoy one, you will really, really enjoy them both. Someone who was kind of nonplussed on one, I'm kind of nonplussed on both. 114, The Starline by Chance the Rapper. It's definitely something close to a return to form, but it's not the heights that we wanted it to be. And it may have just been a victim of its own expectations, but it wasn't that special. 113, Forever How Long by Black Country New Road. Again, they're never a band that I've really connected with on any real level. I thought this was fun in places, but kind of the songs I enjoyed dragged and then made me enjoy them less by the time they were finished. 112, Ethereal by Jive Bomb, a really fun hardcore record, although I don't know, I'm assuming it was the intention to make it sound as gritty and as 90s hardcore and as imperceptible as possible. I just think invest in some better mics and I would have liked this a lot more. 111, That's Showbiz Baby by Jade. It's just not for me. I'm not the target audience for this record. Number 110, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. Similar to what I said about Folks by Leon Thomas, this to me just feels like songs that weren't good enough to make it onto Short and Sweet, and I know that's not the case because you can tell by listening to these songs, these are about things that have happened in her life since releasing Short and Sweet, but to me, it feels like the Short and Sweet B-sides that were cut for a reason. 109, Loves You by Clutter. I believe this is the first EP we've had here. This was fun. I saw Clutter open for Heinz back at the start of the year, and I had fun with this. This is fun. I like this. Number 108, Corporation Pop by Hot Milk. Again, I had fun with this, but it's not something I'm clamouring to go back to. But if you like Hot Milk, you would enjoy this. 107, Rebel by SD Kid. Marty Supreme, Christmas Day. 106, Heels Have Eyes 3 by West Side Gun. To me, it's obviously the weakest of the projects he released this year, but I still had a lot of fun with it. But again, it's not something I'm jumping back to like I have done in the past with other West Side Gun projects, which to me loses at some points. I think if this is another artist, I'd be like this a lot more. 105, Nest by Lacuna. They released another EP this year that I thought was much better. This one doesn't really have a standout track on it. It just kind of flows into each other. But it was fun. I had fun. 104, More by Pulp. There's not a lot to say. It wasn't life-changing, wasn't earth-shattering, but you know, Jarvis is still having fun doing his thing. 103, The Crux by Joe. I really enjoyed his last two records. This one just did not connect to me at all. I still found myself bopping my head and having a lot of fun in places, but compared to his last two records, to me, a serious step back. 102, 7 Piano Sketches by Andre 3000. It's Andre 3000 playing the piano, man. I had fun. 101, Portal by Balu Brigada. I had fun, man. I was shaking my hips. A lot of filler on here. I think there's like enough songs for a really, really good EP, and it's stretched into like an 11-song album, which obviously loses at some points. I really can't believe I've given this a 7, but I actually had so much fun listening to this. And at number 100 is Album by You Know Miles, and believe me, if he tried, he could have made this a lot worse, but I think because he didn't try, that's why it's here. Unfortunately, not my worst album of the year, but spiritually, it's my worst album of the year, You Know Miles. In 99, Drives to Golden Hammer by Divorce. I had like a lot of fun with this at the time, but a couple of days later, I was trying to remember the name of a song, and I couldn't remember how it goes. Which, there's not super memorable, but I do like Divorce. Again, had fun with it. What you will hear with a lot of these is I had fun with it. I didn't want to go back to it right away, which is kind of you have to take marks off for that. 98, Home by Wretch 3-2. I think some of the bars on this were incredible. It's a real sort of look at Wretch's life. It's really raw. It's really emotional. It's really vulnerable. But there was just some of the like instrumentals didn't really do it for me. I think the bars and the emotion you can obviously hear, but I think there's a bit of a disconnect on some of those tracks. For me, anyway. Enjoyed it though, had fun. 97, The Ones I Love by Kyle Falconer. This was quite an interesting record. This is just a bunch of reimaginings and re-recordings of songs by The View and other songs that are his solo work, as well as one original for this album. All the songs are about women in his life, and you know, exes or lovers and things like that. It's got like a cover or like a version of Grace on it. The song Angelina from it's quite good. Again, not a huge amount of replay value for him because I would rather listen to Grace by The View, but that song is good though. The new original is good. Number 96, Virgin by Lorde. It's obviously a really good album, but it just didn't connect with me. Number 95, Cutthroat by Shame. I've enjoyed Shame in the past. They're not a band I'm super attached to, but I had fun with this record. I've seen a lot of Shame fans who weren't overly impressed with this record. I had fun with it, but they're not a band I'm super attached to. It's not a record that's going to make me an instant fan. It's not a record that's going to make me go out and immediately consume all of their content. But it was fun, it was fine, it was good. 94, Eusexual by FKA Twigs. I had a lot of fun with this, but again, I'm just not the target audience for this. It's not my sort of thing that I listen to. 93, Outrun You All by House of Protection. It was good. I've really liked House Protection since they've came out. I think there was some filler on this, but like it was still good if you're into that sort of high energy, sort of like post-hardcore, in-your-face kind of sound that House Protection bring, and it's a very unique sound within that world. This was fun. It was more of that. 92, a record that someone put me on. They put it on the note on my phone for albums to get to very recently. I can't remember who it was, so I'm not going to say the wrong name here, but whoever it was, this was good. I had fun with it. It's an album called The Thief Next to Jesus by an artist called Ka. It's a very sort of spiritual album. It's about this. It's a rap album. It's about this man kind of exploring his faith through his tunes, through his songs, just exploring life and through the lens of faith and things like that. And I'm not a religious person, so it didn't really connect with me, but I have fun. Some really good instrumentals on here, some really good bars, some really good flow, some really good deliveries. With the whole Jesus and faith thing, it's not something that's going to bring me back to it personally. 90, Rocket by Dominic Fike. I thought this was really good. I went back to it, listened to it a couple times, and then kind of immediately forgot about it the next week, so I had to bump it down the list. But I had fun with this. This was good. Some really good songs on here. Some good, solid indie on here. Number 90, What If I Told You I'd Been Lying the Whole Time by Lacuna. See, I told you they had a better EP on here. Shelley, though, on this album, on this EP, one of the best songs of the year. Definitely go and check out Shelley by Lacuna. Number 89, A Matter of Time by Loewe. Is that how you pronounce it? By the performative matcha drinking boys, favourite artist in the world. This was fun. It's just the charm of it was kind of lost on me. Maybe it was like I gave it a few listens through it like within a week. Maybe if I went back to it, I'd have a lot more fun. Maybe just because I don't drink red wine. I had fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this, and I can completely understand when everyone's saying this is my album of the year. I can completely understand where you're coming from. It just didn't do that to me. Number 88, They Left Me With a Gun by Paris, Texas. There is a better EP that they released this year coming up. Number 87, Everyone's a Star by 5 Seconds of Summer. I think the initial promise showed by that incredible lead single was kind of let down on by the rest of the album. I thought there was a lot of intrigue, for me especially, with that lead single, and if they kind of followed that path and went more down those alleys and explored that kind of sound, they didn't really. But I still had fun with it. But we're talking really, really fucking strong lead single, and then the rest of it just didn't connect to me. 86, Bite Me by Rene Rapp. This is fun. 85, Life is Beautiful by 2 Chainz, Larry June and The Alchemist. Again, just fun bars, bro. I just wanted to like lie on a beach and drink a cocktail and wear shades and fucking hang out. 84, 12 by Westside Gunn. Again, a lot of fun bars, a lot of good bars, a lot of like real gritty instrumentals on here. It's a Westside Gunn EP. I just kind of wish, and this will kind of become a theme when I speak of the next Westside Gunn project, I sort of just wish he'd put the focus into one bigger project throughout the year instead of like I think 3 EPs in total. They were all good. I enjoyed them all. I just wish we got something more focused as opposed to 3 sort of things. But they were all good. I had fun. 83, This is the Sound a Body Makes When It's Still by Hot Mulligan. A big step back from their last releases, but still fun. 82, Lost Americana by MGK. I enjoyed this. It's not great. It's not life-changing. It's not tickets to my downfall, but I had a lot of fun. And I unashamedly, I've like went through the roller coaster of emotions with Cliche. I hated it when it came out. I was like, oh, this is cringe and bad. And then I was like, this is quite funny. This is quite silly. And now I genuinely fucking love that song. It'll get you. It's fun. 81, Don't Tell the Dog by Jimbo Mazza, James Marriott. Fun indie, man. Really fun indie music on here. 80, Breach by 21 Pilots. I just don't care about the lore. I don't care about the general and the soldiers and the trap and the fortress and we've got a breach and we've got to take the city back and whatever. I don't care about all that, so I don't really connect to this that much. I'm kind of similar with like Clancy and stuff. But it's good. It is really good, but I think the whole, you need to have this deep understanding of lore and lyrical callbacks and video notes and things like that. I mean, obviously it's not, you don't need to, but like, to get the most out of that record, you have to do so much fucking homework. I was just like, nah, not for me. 79, 79, There's a Whole World Out There by Arm's Length. I really do like Arm's Length. There's a song on here with a fun little banjo on it, but it's not my favourite thing they've ever put out. 78, The Art of Loving by Olivia Dean. Buddy, just have some wine, let the hips go, man. So much fun. It's the next day. I'm editing, hence the cans. I completely forgot I just skipped over 2 albums. When I was reading through my list, some reason my brain malfunctioned and I skipped over 2 albums. So let's talk about them right now. Number 77, How to Be Human by Cat Burns. This is really raw, it's really emotional, it's really vulnerable. There's some really, really tender songwriting on here. Cat Burns' vocals are incredible, just a really incredible sort of guitar pop album from Cat Burns, who is a really incredible artist I think we should all be paying attention to. And number 76, Forward by a band called First Day Back. It's Midwest emo with classical orchestral motifs and sounds and cellos in a Midwest emo record. I don't think they've quite ironed out all the kinks just yet. It is their first album, their first real release, I do believe. But it's a really interesting concept, it's a really interesting sound, and they have it nailed on for now anyway. There's still, like I say, some kinks to iron out, but in terms of a bass, this is a really, really solid bass to start with. 75, Lotto by a band called They Are Gutting a Body of Water. It's weird, it's fucking fuzzy and noisy, but I've really fucked with it. 74, Essex Honey by Blood Orange. Again, I've really fucked with it. I think Blood Orange is incredible, and this was good. 73, Middle of the Road by Dictator, buddies of mine, shout out the boys. Lots of fun to be had on here, just sort of like alt-poppy, hip-hop influenced indie from my good friends, my buddies. 72, Revenge Seekers by Jane Remover. Now for other ones I've been like saying, I'm not really the target audience for this, and I'm absolutely not the fucking target audience for this album here. It is loud, glitchcore, punky, hyper pop, everything turned up to fucking 11 in your ears, just blasting you with offensive fucking synths and screeches and just, you know, if you played this to an elderly relative, they would pass away. Abrasive and impenetrable, but I really fucking loved this album. I thought it was great. 71, Heels Have Eyes 2 by Westside Gun. What I said earlier, I wish he'd just done one album, but this, to me, is easily the best thing he put out this year. 70, Private Music by Deftones. It's not one I have gone back to, it's not one I have any interest in going back to, it's not one I have any desire in going back to. I've never really got Deftones. But like, this is undeniably a fucking incredible record, and if I was a Deftones fan, realistically this would probably be my album of the year. 69, Noise. No, it's stupid. Little House by Rachel Chinariri, a really fun EP that she just kept adding bits onto, adding a couple extra songs onto as she went. Some really good stuff on here, and Rachel Chinariri is incredible. 68, The Boy Who Played the Harp by Dave. Really raw, emotional, vulnerable. Dave is one of those artists that I've never really, when he was kind of on the come up, I sort of missed it. I was kind of not listening to as much rap at the time as well. I was in Ireland at the time when he kind of came out with Psychodrama and stuff like that, but I've since went back and it's very clear that he is spoken of so highly with good reason. 67, Alfredo 2 by Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist. I don't think it's as good as Alfredo, but god damn is it good. Number 66, Lonely at the Top by Joey Badass. A lot of people didn't like this. I had fun with it. It's very sort of dark and introspective, but I like that, and I fucking love Joey Badass. 65, Devotion by Sunday 1994. They're great, man. They're really good. One of the most exciting bands right now. Check this out for real. 64, Goldie Boutillier presents Goldie Montana. This was fun, man. This was like, I can't even describe it, man. It's just fun. Just sultry, sexy, sleek 70s pop. It's good. Really good. 63, All My Angels by Speed. It is 3 minutes of Aussie hardcore that just fucking knocks you out. 3 minutes, 3 songs. It's like 9 minutes of Aussie hardcore that just fucking knocks you out. 62, Tsunami Sea by Spiritbox. Courtney LaPlante, You Are God. 61, There's Always More I Could Say by Sigrid. I think this is Sigrid's weakest album, but I still give her an 8 out of 10. That's how fucking good Sigrid is. 60, Everybody Scream by Florence and the Machine. Weird sort of like industrially post-punky vibes in places on a Florence and the Machine record, which really sounds like it shouldn't work, but it was good. Florence Welch's emotion and vocals really, they can work for anything, man. She's so good, and this is really, really good too. And I believe Dev from Idols worked on this, which kind of explains the sonic shift, shall we say. 59, 30 Months of Sunshine by Amine. It is held up by 2 songs, let's be real, but those 2 songs, man, just fucking let the hips go, Bubba. I've been saying that a lot, but just fucking get a cocktail, let the hips go, listen to this. Maybe not in this weather. 58, Mental Madness by Pigpen. Shout out Matty Matheson. 57, Burst and Decay 3 by The Wonder Years. It's the third installment of the Burst and Decay series, as the name would imply. It is their acoustic EPs, but this one has an original song on it, which is really, really good. And I fucking love The Wonder Years. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that to anyone. 56, Live, Laugh, Love by Earl Sweatshirt. Just good. It's just good. It's really good. 55, Baby by Dijon, kind of alternative R&B. It's funky, it's groovy, it's heartfelt, it's deep, it's soulful. Dijon's fucking fantastic. 54, Hopefully by Loyal Carner. I kind of went in with the expectations left from Hugo, and I shouldn't have went in with that, because going in with that really made me not really connect to this on my first listen. But going back to it more and more, I found a lot more to love about this album. It's really raw and vulnerable and honest and really hopeful, as the name would suggest. 53, Earworm by Laundry Day. Again, Bubba, move those hips. 52, A Fine African Man by Nux. Nux is great. This is great. 51, Lux by Rosalia. Again, I completely understand if you're putting this in your album of the year. She fucking sings in all these different languages, and it's this incredible feat of music and orchestration and arrangements and all these big things. And it's a really fucking good album, but it's just not for me. We're into the top 50 now, and in at number 50 is Moisturizer by Wet Leg. A great follow-up to an incredible debut album by one of the funnest bands in the world. Funnest? Most fun. Whatever one it is. 49, Slowly It Dawns by Victoria Canal. This is an album that I didn't come back to as much, mainly because it came out at the start of the year, and a lot of its best tracks came out last year, came out in 2024, and this came out at the start of January, but there's a lot to love on here. Victoria Canal is like a pop singer who I think is incredible, and I've kind of forgot about, just because this came out right at the start of the year, but it is one I've been going back to a little bit more recently, since kind of going through and making sure this list looked right to myself, and this is a really good album. 48, Bambi by Anxious, just good, sort of like that, a little bit too heavy for pop punk, a little bit too soft for post-hardcore, in that sort of sweet spot genre, there and there, along with your guys, I guess like an Arm's Length, I guess like a Hot Mulligan-y sort of vibe. This is really good. 47, Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler the Creator. It took me a while to get into this, but when I did really enjoy it. I still think it is a bit of a drastic step back from the, let's be completely honest, generational run he was on. I don't think it necessarily ends a run of generational releases, generational albums, and I completely understand why he released this. He released this so everyone would dance and fucking let go of the need to be cool and just be a fucking idiot and go and boogie. But it's good. It's not my favourite thing he's released, but it is good. 46, Life Was Shit, It's Better Now by P Sweatpants. God, man, P Sweatpants fucking rules, and I need to see him live. 45 is Your Friend by Drain. Just a good hardcore record, man. Came out on my birthday. Good hardcore record. Lot to like on here. 44, Getting Killed by Geese. To me, I had the thought that this is like, if the Strokes wrote their first album after their first line of cocaine and they're getting ready to go out, Geese wrote this record the day after, when they've been robbed of all their serotonin from partying all through the night, and it's kind of a mirror to that. And I think when I had that thought, I was a little bit like, I would rather just listen to Is This It? But it's good. Geese are good. This is a good album. 43, Straight Line Was a Lie by The Beths. The Beths are really fun. This is really fun. I love The Beths. I love this record. This is really good. It's really fun. It's really vibey. That title track especially, it's just a really nice little sort of, bop your head track too. There's a lot to like on here. 42, Finn by Tebby Rex. Rest in peace, one of the most interesting Irish bands of the last decade. Shout out my boys. 41, Balloonerism by Mac Miller. Obviously, it's, a project being re-released. A lot of people say it's one of Mac's best projects. I don't personally see it as one of Mac's best projects, but God, is it good. Number 40, A Brief Intermission of the Flattening of Time by Spanish Love Songs. This is 4 new tracks, each with a feature. They're all really good. Spanish Love Songs are really good. This is a sort of stopgap to the next album. It's sort of a look back and maybe a little preview of what's to come next. And it's really good. And Soupy from the Wonder Years is on this EP, and it's a good song. 39, Grand Man by Rusty Williams. It runs in the family, apparently. 38, They Left Me With a Sword by Paris, Texas. I told you they had a better EP on this list. I kind of just wish this was one album, though. I think it would have flown a lot better as one album as opposed to 2 EPs. And I know you can just listen to them back to back, but to me, I kind of just wish this was an album. 37, Skepta, Fred, by Fred Again and Skepta. This is really good, man. Fred Again and Skepta, please keep collaborating until you can't no more. 36, Getting Into Heaven by Sedona. Some really dreamy, sort of bedroomy pop stuff on here. Sedona's amazing. A really underrated artist and one that I'm always quick to shout from the heavens about. This is a really, really good album. You should listen to it. 35, Loved by Parcels. Shout out the main stage. 34, Forever's a Feeling by Lucy Dacus. I really enjoyed this. I think Lucy Dacus is really, really great. 33, God Save the Gun by Military Gun. They're a band, Military Gun are a band I have been following for a long time and I've always thought were really, really good. In that sort of like hardcore adjacent, but like, I don't want to say poppier, but more radio friendly than some of their cohorts. And that's probably why they've done better than some of their cohorts. But this is really, really, really fucking good. 32, Downpour by Charmer. Charmer are an emo band I've always loved, and I've always thought I never really got a fair swing at it. Every time they release something, it amazes me, and this is no different. It's their first album in a good few years. Arrowhead, the lead single, is one of the best emo songs I've heard in the last few years. A really solid album from an incredible band. 31, The Clearing by Wolf Alice. What a comeback after Blue Weekend, eh? What a way to recover. 30, Hyper Youth by Joey Valence and Bray. Out of their 3 records, this is the one I connected with the least, but I think it's just because dance music isn't something I personally connect with all that much. Even still, absolutely incredible. 29, Son of Spurgie by Daniel Caesar. Good, man. Soulful, emotional, vulnerable, raw, great features. Daniel Caesar's incredible on this. If you're into like sort of like soul and just soulful guitar music, that's essentially all it is. It's an amazing album and really like go out your way for this. 28, Sable Fable by Bon Iver. Same goes, but I guess more folk this time. 27, Who Is the Sky by David Byrne. Unk most definitely still got it. 26, Foutique by Biffy Clyro. I thought it was really fun in places. I think quite arty and quite like poppy and very 70s Berlin themed. I know they recorded it in Berlin and they talked about all the great albums that were recorded in Berlin, and you can really feel the influence of those records and those artists and that city within this album. Number 25, and I'm really sorry for how I pronounced this, Debbie Tirar Mas Fotos by Bad Bunny. Bubba, shake your fucking hips, bro. Bad Bunny's so good. This is, to me, I don't think it has his best songs on it, but I think as a overall collection, it's his best album. It's his best album far and away. I think his best songs might not be on this, but as a collection, easily the best and most complete. 24, Vanisher Horizon Scraper by Quadeca. Shout out Alfie's Record Store. This was amazing, man. Quadeca's not an artist that I really listen to or interact with that much. I didn't particularly enjoy his last record, Scrapyard, but this, man, I want to go yearn on a beach. I want to go sit on a beach, but specifically in the cold, like a pebbly beach in the cold when it's grey, and I want to look out into the sea and just yearn with Monday in my earphones. 23, Carving the Stone by For Those I Loved More. Spoken word poetry set to incredible pulsing beats from one of Ireland's most exciting artists. If it's not something that I recommend a lot, because I know it's not something very easily listened to, but if you think that's something you would enjoy, definitely check this out, because you will. 22, Posture Syndrome by Ace Enders. Just beautiful music on this one. 21, Are We All Angels by Skill, one of my favourite hardcore bands in the world. There's some really fun like pop punky and emo influences on here, and then just more straight up just heavy stuff on here, and then there's some really cool blends of it as well, and the song Babe is fucking good, man. Good album. 20, Black British Music by Jim Legacy. Ironically, Legacy cementing or Legacy beginning. We talked about how Wayne's album was legacy staining. This is like the real first step to greatness, and you can hear it here. 19, Lotus by Little Sims. To me, quite a noticeable fall off from her last 2 projects, but the fact it's still in my top 20 just goes to show you just how incredible Little Sims is. 18, Sunlight in the Shadows by Miles Kane. Glamour, it's glam, it's soulful, it kind of feels like the culmination of everything Miles Kane has been building to here, wrapped in some leopard print flares. 17, West End Girl by Lily Allen. I hope Hopper dies in Stranger Things. 16, Sincerely by Kali Uchis. God, man, just fucking move that. Don't shake the hips. There's more of a hips mover than a hip shaker. There's a difference, but move the hips, bro. Get some wine. Dim the lights if you've got a dimmer. Put this on and just get into it. You'll be feeling yourself. You'll feel like a bad bitch in no time. 15, The Consequence of Love by Rianne Downey, a debut album from one of Scotland's most promising artists. It kind of, to me, feels like early Dolly mixed with Scottish folk and country influences, and I suppose if you look at Rianne Downey, you would see that. I don't think leaning on the Dolly sounds and aesthetic is going to do well long term. She has to find her own voice more prominently, but this is obviously just her debut, and as far as debuts go, for a genre I don't even particularly like in country. I cannot ask for more than this. 14 from the private collection of Saba and No ID by Saba and No ID. Just Southside Chicago hip hop at some of its best. Just incredible stuff on here. 13, Joyride the Pale Horse by Heart Attack Man. Good album. I feel Heart Attack Man really coming out on their own on this record, and kind of similar to what I said about the Bad Bunny record. I don't think it has their best songs individually on it, but as an overall collection of songs, this is by far the most cohesive and the best. 12, Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon. Once again, shout out Alfie's Record Store. Number 11, Escalate by Vleur. Rave punk, just seeping with the energy of Glasgow. This song, I wrote about it in my review, this song takes you through the journey of a night out, from the pre's and the getting ready and the excitement of getting ready to then going out all the way through to the afters to the walk home at 7 in the morning. This album takes you on a journey of a night out, and it's incredible. It is there's nothing like it. It's really, really fucking good. And now the top 10. Number 10, Stardust by Danny Brown. I just keep thinking about that clip of those fucking nerds on that one podcast laughing at this album just because they don't get it. Listen, the girls who get it. Number 9, The Yips by PEUSA. God damn, this is good, man. PEUSA has become one of my favourite artists over this year, essentially, pretty much. I knew him as the dumb skits on TikTok guy. But this is fucking incredible. This is really fucking good. Number 8, Competition is for Losers by Rizzle Kicks. Once again, Rizzle Kicks are fucking back, baby. Number 7, All That Is Over by Sprints, an incredible follow-up to a debut album I enjoyed but didn't love. Sprints are one of my favourite bands and have been for a wee while, one of the most exciting bands coming out of Ireland, and they really have found their footing again on this. I feel like their last album got too much into the weeds of like the dark and the brooding, whereas this is just fucking Descartes and Need are just the big bangers again, just fucking out the gate running. Number 6, The County Star by Keane Kavanagh. Just a really, really amazing album. I spoke to Keane about this album. The link to the interview will be linked down below. An amazing album by an amazing artist who I've followed for a really long time, and it's a real different swing from what he's done before, but it's easily his best work. And now the top 5. Number 5, Never Enough by Turnstile. They might be the best band in the world. Number 4, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party by Hayley Williams. It does pain me to not give Hayley a medal. I just think there's I still give it a 9.5, but there's some skips on here. Some songs I don't be coming back to, some songs I don't even bother. And everything above here, I don't feel that way about. So at number 3, the bronze medal, Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips. Just, could a comeback be better than this? I don't think so. Number 2, Euro Country by CMAT. Just an incredible body of work. CMAT's, as you know, if you know me, one of my favourite artists in the world, has been for a long time. This album is so special and so perfectly CMAT. And number 1, Tuesday Paper Club by Brogale. Was it ever in doubt? Easily the album of the year for me. The best band in the world. Just fucking listen to this. Folk punk. If you like The View, if you like The Pogues, if you like singing in pubs, if you like trad sessions, if you like the banjo, if you like The Clash, if you like fucking the Dubliners, if you like going to a ceilidh, if you like fucking Irish dancing, if you like drinking Guinness by a fire and a big woolly jumper, if you like any of those things, listen to this album. It is easily my album of the year. And after all that rambling, yes, that is it. 156 albums and EPs ranked from worst to best. Please like, share and subscribe. This took me ages to record. Please share this to your friends. Please comment your album of the year down below, and I will be back. Jake Talks Tunes, we're taking over the world, baby! No. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.